Welcome to the video series in which I am talking about transcription in eukaryotes, and in this particular video I am talking about the process of initiation of transcription in eukaryotes. Here first what happens is we need for the transcription what all thing we need is first thing we require is promoter. The first and foremost thing which we require is promoter, and then we require second thing is RNA polymerase 2, and then what we require transcription factors. Let me erase this first. All right, okay, and then we require this transcription factor. Now what I have a DNA sequence. In this DNA sequence I am having a promoter region. This promoter region is present near the Tata box. This is in the -10 region. Alright, the promoter region is present within the surrounding of Tata box, and there is a initiation sequence downstream to the Tata box, and the promoter is 40 base pair long. We have a DNA sequence in which we have a promoter, and then within that promoter there is a Tata box, and then the initiation sequence. Now the Tata box is 40 base pair long. Another thing, the first transcription factor which will come and bind to the promoter region in the Tata box site is TF2D. See, TF2D is made up of two subunits, out of which one is Tata binding protein TBP and another is Tata binding protein association factor TAF. Alright, TAFS. Now first what happens is Tata binding this one TAF, it helps in the proper binding of TBP to the Tata box region, and then TBP helps in the assembly of rest of the transcription factor. After the TBP binds to the promoter region, for example, if this is my DNA sequence before binding of TF2D, because these two make of D, now I am writing D here. Alright, after binding, before binding of D, it was straight. As soon as the D binds, then there will be a slight tilt or the bending. Then there will be slight tilt or bending. And then after this tilt, what happens is TF2A, transcription factor A, will come and bind. This transcription factor A will make sure that TF2D has bonded. This transcription factor 2A will make sure that the transcription factor D, this D has bonded properly to the promoter. Alright. And then after A comes B. The B will come and bind to the same region in near the Tata box in the promoter site, and then it will call or recruit RNA pol 2. Alright. After A, B will come and bind in the opposite site. Alright, and then it recruit RNA polymerase 2. See, after D, A comes and bind, and it helps in the form attachment of D to the promoter region, and after A in the opposite side, B comes and bind. Now what happens that it will call the RNA polymerase. RNA polymerase is somewhere here. It will activate the RNA polymerase to, it will signal the RNA polymerase to come. Alright, and as the B signals the RNA polymerase to come and sit to the promoter, what happens is F, transcription factor F, will go and bind with the RNA polymerase 2, and this F will bring it here. See, after it is brought about by F, it is placed over here like in this diagram. Now what happens is, like for example, I'm old grandma and someone is calling me or summoning me from some place, and then I saw them calling me, all right, so I'm not able to go alone to that place because I have to cross the road. So another person is coming and holding up my hands and taking me to that particular person or that particular place, crossing the road. Here the same thing happens. B is calling and then F is going and holding the RNA polymerase and bringing it and placing it in the promoter region. And then now comes transcription factor E. This transcription factor E, what it does is, transcription factor E comes before transcription factor H. Alright, transcription factor E will come now. After these have already come, and now they both are here. RNA polymerase is over here. This is RNA polymerase. Alright, RNA polymerase is over here and F is somewhere here. Alright, now what happens is, now this is RNA polymerase, this is B, this is F. Now what happens, that E will come. E will come and sit over here. After E comes, F will come. Sorry, H will come. After E, H will come. Alright, so what happens is, this E is like a helper or assistant of the H. Alright, H is the most important transcription factor, or the most the transcription factor more bigger in size than other, and having the much work burden as compared to the other transcription factor. So this H transcription factor, it is made up of 9 subunit. Out of 9, 2 subunit perform helicase activity, 2 subunit perform helicase activity, and 7 subunit they perform kinase activity. If we talk about helicase activity, this helicase like activity of RNA transcription factor H helps in unwinding of the DNA double helix. And then the kinase activity, what does it is, it gives it add the phosphate to the C terminal end, and then what it does, it provide the energy to the RNA polymerase to move from the promoter region, and those bring about the promoter clearance. See, E is just helping H to do its work, and what H is doing is, one subunit of H is first, this is double stranded and they are near to one another, but as the helicase activity of H is activated, it will unwind the DNA into it will break the bond between the double helix. This is because of helicase activity. Now kinase activity, what it does, it give the phosphate group, it add the phosphate group to the C terminal end of the RNA polymerase 2. What happens is, the C terminal end of the RNA polymerase is made up of 52 repeats of the 7 amino acid. This is tyrosine, serine, proline, threonine, serine, chlorine, and again serine. There are 52 this kind of repeat. Again this repeat, again next 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to 52. 7 amino acid, 52 repeats. And then in each of the amino acid sequence, there are 3 serine residue, as you can see. In each of the amino, this is tyrosine, serine, proline, threonine, serine, proline, and serine again. In these are repeated 52 times, and in each of these amino acid sequence, there are 3 serine residue, and each serine residue is phosphorylated. Alright, each serine residue is phosphorylated and then they get energy. Alright, insulin residue is phosphorylated and they get energy to the RNA polymerase get energy to move apart from the promoter and thus start the process of RNA synthesis. Alright. Okay. This was only for today, and okay, this whole complex is known as initiation complex, and then this complex is formed during the process of initiation. Alright, and after the initiation there will be elongation, and we will be talking about the process of elongation in next video, and then the termination. Okay, thank you.